It's like being transformed into stepping into Peru. I'm very proud of being Peruvian. I'm very proud of showing everybody how not just our great food, but our traditions, our customs. I came here in 1974, March 15th. Ever since then, you know, it was a dream. The dream that someday I will own my own restaurant, and it was a dream come true. People, you know, when I first meet, you know, at the end of the day, we're hugging, you know, saying goodbye like if I knew them for several years, you know. And a lot of people, like they say, it's the best hidden jewel, you know, in Chicago, you know. And I just want to share that with the whole city of Chicago.
So Rob, you say that Taste of Peru is an eye-opener. Tell us why you chose it.
Well, it's some great cuisine that you probably can't find in the suburbs. It's got ceviche and paella, which are maybe not staples of, you know, regular American diet, and it's got really great seafood, really great atmosphere. The owner's a really fun guy. We just fell in love with the food and the restaurant. It was great.
If somebody said, oh, Peruvian food, it's just like South American or any type of Latin food, what would you say to something like that?
I would say don't say that to a Peruvian. You'll get in big trouble.
They're very passionate
Especially
people.
a Peruvian at Taste of Peru.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't say that to Caesar.
Now, Amy, you used to live in Rogers Park. Had you been to Taste of Peru before this?
I had never been there. And it was interesting now being a suburbanite to actually make the Mecca back to Rogers Park and to experience Taste of Peru in the strip mall. Once you step inside the restaurant, the ambiance and the Peruvian experience begins with the music, which was phenomenal. I had a party of 10 with me, and since we were suburbanites, we definitely looked a little bit different than the t-shirt crowd, but we had a great evening. It was a lot of fun.
It's a great place. Like Rob said, the owner he'll show you a great time, and he will make sure you're well taken care of and eat great food, and it's a BYOB place. So.
Now, what'd you bring for BYOB?
We brought some pisco, which I didn't know what it quite was, but I happened to pick up the right kind. Picked up the Peruvian kind, and I got a big hug for that. And he was very happy that I picked up what he calls the real national drink of Peru.
Well, there is a rivalry between Chile and Peru for who does, you know, pisco right, and Peruvian pisco is higher in alcohol, which I think makes it better.
I'm sure it does.
I didn't actually know what pisco was, so we went and we heard it was a specialty of the place. If you bring in pisco, they'll make you a pisco sour. At the liquor store, the Peruvian kind is like $20 more than the Chilean kind.
You gotta pay for the extra alcohol.
Right, so I saw it was from Chile, but I thought, you know, I'd save a penny or two. Brought in the Chilean kind, and I didn't hear the end of it the whole time I was there.
But in a loving sort of way, right?
In a loving sort of way, yeah. It was. He just kind of made fun of me with, you know, with other patrons maybe hearing, but it was still a great time.
Well, he wasn't quite as outgoing with us, and I thought maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was no pisco, because we brought in a rosé from Argentina, so that could have been what it was. But the food was great. The seafood in particular I thought was phenomenal. The ceviche was among the best I've ever had. You know, to pull up to a strip mall in Rogers Park, you just don't expect to find seafood of that quality.
Plus the ceviche there's seafood in every bite, and it's just really fresh, and it is the best that I've ever had too.
Stefan, what'd you have?
We had the paella, which this is the first time I've had a huge portion of paella, and it literally comes with 4 crab legs on top of it. And these are been cooked with the rice and the saffron, and it's the seafood in the paella was stellar. It was the best paella I've eaten in the city, I think.
If you go there with 2 people, there's an item that's like samples a lot of different things. It starts with ceviche and has paella in it, and I think it's got fried plantains as well. And that's a great way to like sample a lot of the different things that are on the menu.
Well, many of the everyday ingredients that we encounter in life, peanuts, tomatoes, and potatoes are actually indigenous to South America. And the potato actually came from Peru via the Incas. Now, you were raving about the papas
The papas
fritas.
fritas. They were great. I mean, the table gobbled them up. They were really incredible. We did have some beef eaters at the table as well, and they weren't quite as impressed with the beef dishes. They thought they were a little tough, lacked a little bit of flavor. Seemed like people really went more for the seafood dishes.
No, the night that you went, you had live music.
And there's live music, which is great. I think it's a bit loud for that room. I don't know if a microphone is absolutely essential because the room's not that big. It's got like 12 to 14 tables.
I live in Rogers Park, and it seems like you can't live in Rogers Park without being somewhat of an activist. And Caesar is greatly involved in the community and leads like these youth organizations. And you have a great rapport with Caesar as well.
Yeah, well, he kind of makes fun of me for my hair when I go in, but I think he likes me. I hope he does. He's a really cool guy. One time I went in there, or actually the first time I went in there, he has this top that's on a string, and I don't know if he showed any of you that.
All the kids were playing with that because the restaurant was really full. So
yeah,
and you'd pull it on your palm.
It's amazingly complicated, and he did it once for my table, and I think he like picked it back up with the string as it was spinning. But he said if anybody at my table could do it, food was on the house for the night. And of course, you know, nobody could do it.
I'm sure he's tested that once or twice in the past.
Yeah, I doubt many people succeed in that challenge.
All right, Rob. Well, Taste of Peru was your selection. Give us a summary.
Taste of Peru, it's going to open your eyes to a bunch of different types of food you've maybe not had, or even if you had, it's going to be better there.
All right. Amy?
Wonderful experience, very festive, very fun. Little inconveniently located for the western suburbs, but worth the trip.
All right. Josefa?
Great seafood, and don't go there without a bottle of Peruvian pisco.
Well, you can try the ceviche and much more at Taste of Peru, 6545 North Clark Street, 773-381-4540. Open for lunch and dinner every day of the week. Reservations are accepted. Alcoholic beverages are BYOB, and the average check per person is $17.